by you all. Al, honey, that's really interesting that you said standing by you because you know what I opened up the songbook to? Oh my gosh. This is wild. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up, Al. You cannot make that up. Your your comment. And I thought if I'm gonna sing a song, I opened the book up. Hello, Apple Brooks, honey. Yeah. Doing it differently. And that's what entered my mind. Doing it differently. When you do things differently, you bring about change in your life. You truly, truly do. You bring about change. Rosie, honey, what you doing over there? She probably wanting to go out. You bring about change in your life. But when you do the things the same way over and over and over again, there's no room for change. Okay, there isn't. There's no room for change if it's the exact same way. There could quite possibly be room for growth, but it will be growth in the same way with all the things attached to it. Doing things differently. There comes a time in our life when the things that we're doing, they don't work the way they used to. Really, they don't. Even our bodies don't work the way they used to. Even the way that we think, it doesn't stay the same throughout our life. No, we grow within our thinking. We evolve within our thinking. We get different perceptions within our thinking based on our life experiences, based on the things that we go through. But if you don't bring about any type of change in your life when change is clearly needed, there's not going to be able to do anything different. It's all going to stay the same. So if you're looking around and you're finding out you wish things would change, but you're looking around that you're not bringing forth any type of change, you're doing the same old things, you're not going to do it different. No, you're going to do it the same way because the same way is what you're comfortable with. Sometimes you got to get out of that comfort zone. You really got to get out of the comfort zone in order to do it differently. And when you do it differently, it opens up your eyes to a new way. It does. It does. You're more open to see the results of doing something differently because of the way that you handle situations in your life. You are really, the way that we handle situations in our life is we're kids and stuff. We're just childish. Some children are adults. They are throughout their whole entire life. But the way that children handle things, it is childish. And there comes a point when you grow up from that child into adulthood that you're no longer thinking like a child. As there's a scripture for it. When I was a child, I thought like a child. I did whatever as a child. But when I became a man, I put away these childish things. That's because you're doing it different. You're doing it different. You were the child. You did it. You're an adult. Now you got to do things differently because you can't be a child. Your body's aging. We're aging. We are aging. The world is aging. The world is turning. We are turning. Our lives are constant motion, doing it differently. If you do it the same way over and over, no matter what it is, there's not going to be about any change. If you fix your hair the same way every single day, it's always going to be the same. If you continue to eat at the rate that you're eating, you'll continue to put on weight probably for some people, or you will continue to get thinner. You'll continue to lose weight. There comes a point, no matter what extreme, you've got to change. You got to change. You got to switch it up, regardless of whatever it is. You've got to switch it up. You got to adapt, doing it differently. If you're just tuning in, Al's first comment on here, standing by you. I know it's Sunday, and before I started this video, I got a new songbook at the thrift store, at the Goodwill. It was called Soul Steering Songs and Hymns. And it's an older book, I guess. And I thought, I want to sing a song out of this book. So he had his comment on there when I read that. The thing I opened up to was this. Right there. Stand by me. So it was Al's first comment on here, stand by you. you you can't make it up. You cannot make that up. So we got to stand by one another. We do. We got to do things differently at times, and standing alone ain't getting it. You can find out in this world, standing alone is not getting it, because if you stand alone your whole entire life and it's still staying the same and stuff, sometimes you need to make room for someone to stand by you. Sometimes you need to be standing by others. You do. Especially the world is evolving. It's changing rapidly. And it's like a pity the man who falls and has no one to help them up. It's in the Proverbs. And a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. Yeah. So stand by me, standing by you, stand by me. We're going to sing that. We're going to sing this song. And if you do not like an old soul steering, because it's got to come from your soul steering songs and hymns, then this will not be. But if you ain't been to the Sunday school or the Saturday school and you ain't heard a soul steering hymnal, which truly we all need each other. We do. I'm going to try to sit here and sing it. That's right. Let me read it. When we unite, we gain strength. And look at all the wonderful souls here. We're so blessed. That's true, Al. So we're going to do it. I might have to stand up. I think I will stand up so I can see this. I hope I can see it well enough to say it, sing it. It's a little dark, but I'm going to try it. I might sit down on Rosie's table and try to sing this song. See how I got it propped up right here on Rosie's little cat tree? We got it. It's a nice thing. When the storms of life are raging, stand by me, stand by me. When the storms of life are raging, stand by me, stand by me. When the world is tossing me like a ship upon the sea, thou who rulest wind and water, stand by me, stand by me. In the midst of tribulations, stand by me, stand by me. In the midst of tribulations, stand by me, stand by me. When the host of hell assail and my strength begins to fail, thou who never lost a battle, stand by me, stand by me. In the midst of faults and failures, stand by me, stand by me. In the midst of faults and failures, stand by me, stand by me. When I do the best I can, and my friends misunderstand, thou who knowest all about me, stand by me, stand by me. In the midst of persecution, stand by me, stand by me. In the midst of persecution, stand by me, stand by me. When my foes in battle array undertake to step my way, thou who saved Paul and Silas, stand by me, stand by me. When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me, stand by me. When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me, stand by me. When my life becomes a burden and I'm nearing chilly Jordan, oh, thy lily of the valley, stand by me, stand by me. So that's your Sunday song or your Saturday song. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. This is a soul stirring hymn. So doing it different. We can do it different on a Sunday. We can. You can do things different in your life. It does not always have to stay the same whatsoever. It does not. In fact, when things stay the same, change is very unlikely to occur in your life. And that growth that you're looking for, you're hoping for on the inside of you is likely not to occur. You may say, but Jesus Christ the same yesterday and today and forever. He's always there for you, encouraging you to grow. Truly, it's true. No, you got to do it different. You got to be different. You want to be unpredictable at times. Some people, you got them down pat. You know exactly what they're going to do. It's pattern-based. Pattern-based. I hate to think that we're patterns. Patterns and clones of one another and stuff. I really do, but no, doing it differently. Sometimes you got to, Antonia, honey, thank you. Sometimes you got to do things different in your life if you want to bring about change, especially if you feel like you're stuck in a rut. Then do something different. Get up and do something different, okay? Do something different. If you want a new look, do something different about your hairstyle. Do something about your clothes. Start being more positive. Your mindset will play an important role, and it does play an important role on the inside of you and with those around you. It plays a very important role in the decisions that you make going forward in life and in the decisions that you do not make. In the decisions that you stay stuck in a rut, your mind plays a really important role in that. It does. So you can do it different. And you can have different results, and you can continue to do it different and continue to grow, because when you do it different, you're literally taking steps of faith. You're stepping into the great unknown because you don't know what it holds. But when you take steps in the same environment that you're in, spiritually speaking, you know what's going to happen. The same steps are going to bring forth the same results. It's all familiar. But when you step into that great unknown, when you step into that future and you decide, I'm going to do it different, I'm not going to repeat the past. I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I'm not going to make the same wrong decisions in my life. I'm going to make better decisions. I'm going to do away with the mistakes. I'm going to put the past behind me. Even though you're going to remember the past and you're going to be reminded of the things the way you used to, you do not want to repeat the past. You do not want to repeat the same patterns. You do not want to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over and over in your life, in your relationships. You do not want to do it. Because oftentimes when you find out that in every single relationship in your life, they all seem to end the same way, you are the common denominator. If you have relationships that go bad and they end the same way over and over and over, and different people from different walks of life, there is one common denominator, and that's you. You've got to do things different. You've got to think different. You've got to reprogram your mind. Reprogram your mind. Put a new mindset on the inside of you. You're supposed to have a renewing of your mind. The same old mind is going to bring the same old ways, the same old mistakes. No, you want a new mind. You want to be renewed in your spirit and in your mind is what you want. So you got to do it different. You got to do it different. You do. Be somebody different, especially if being the person you were brought you a lot of heartache and pain and your life ain't going nowhere. Be somebody different. But when you are somebody different, that's truly there. It has to be inside of you before it can come out of you. Okay, it has got to be inside of you before it comes out of you. Do it different. Do things different. Start walking a different path. Walk a different path. It's not too late to walk a different path. It's not too late to walk into the great unknown. It is, and leave the past behind you. Leave that old you behind you. We're not getting any younger. No matter what we may try to think in our mind, our bodies are reminding us, you're not getting any younger. You're getting older, and you want to enjoy the rest of your life. You don't want to repeat the same old things that you kept repeating time and time again that literally didn't do you no good. You want to make good decisions. You want to enjoy the rest of your life, the remainder of your life on earth. You do. Regardless of who you are, you want to enjoy it. You want to do it different. Do it different. So I'm going to go. And if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe. And to everyone who has subscribed, thank you. To everyone who has joined, thank you. I hope you're enjoying it. Even though I'm all over the place, I do it different. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's all different. I can't pre-plan it. It's spontaneous. It's spontaneous. It's like a spontaneous combustion. You don't know what's going to happen when that spontaneous combustion occurs. Just like that, you don't. It was really strange. I was eating a tangerine this morning. For the first time in my life, I bit down on that tangerine and I literally felt and imagined in my mind what actually was occurring. The little sacks of juice within that tangerine, I felt it inside my mouth. Just like that. I did. I felt the texture. I was in the moment. I thought, wow, that little sack of juice in that tangerine and the little bitty pockets. This is weird. But it was a great experience. It was. I thought, why didn't I ever notice that before? I just enjoyed the flavor. I didn't enjoy what actually happened when I bit down on it. I did it. I'm going to go, you all. Please give this video a thumbs up. And the Navajo oranges, it's a wonderful moment. I'm going to go. You got to do it different. You got to do it different. Don't do it the same way because the same way is the same result. Shake it up. Switch it up. Enjoy your life. You're not getting any younger. I promise you. You're not. You did not find the fountain of youth. Your body is reminding you of that. You're growing more mature in your body, hopefully. Your body's getting older. You're getting mature within your spirit. You don't want to go backwards at this period of time in your life thinking, oh, I'm so young. No, no, no. Don't do that. Because you could really make some bad decisions. No. Enjoy your life. I'm going to go. I've done talk too much. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Thank you, Apple Brooks Honey. Thank you, Al Honey. Thank you all for your comments. If there's any other moderator on here, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining. Thank you for giving this video a thumbs up. I did a teeny tiny short this morning. Something about in the sky. It's in the sky. Don't be getting yourself caught up in watching those shorts videos, especially if you ain't been one who does it, because they could get rather addictive. They could. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Love you.